In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this cute, adorable, heart-shaped scrubby. We are going to make the heart-shaped scrubby using Tulle. If you would like to learn how to make this scrubby, please join me in this tutorial today. So to make the heart-shaped scrubby, we will need some tulle. I've chosen to use a red tulle to make my heart-shaped scrubby in the color of red. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little spool of tulle right in here. This is exactly 6 inches wide. It's 25 yards in length. And I am not going to cut this into strips. I'm going to use the whole width of the 6 inches of tulle to create my scrubby. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to start off with a magic ring or a slip knot. It's your preference. I'm going to use a magic ring. So to do the magic ring, you do it just like you do with the yarn. So you want to go ahead and cross it over your fingers like that. It's a little trickier because it's wider, so you just do it the same way you would do a magic ring with the yarn. And you want to go here. Okay, so now I have my magic ring. And in the center of the magic ring, we are going to do 12 double crochets. So let's go ahead and chain 2 first. And this chain 2 will count as our first double crochet. So now let's do 11 more double crochets into the center of the magic ring. Okay, that's 2. 3. 4. 5. 'Oops, that one. Okay, this is going to be number 6. 7. 8. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Actually, we have the first one we're counting, so I think that was 11 plus this one. So let me see if I counted that first chain. 2, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we do need one more. So that's 11 double crochets plus the chain 2 that we're counting as a stitch. So that's 12 double crochets in total, counting that chain 2. So now what you want to do is you want to close up your magic ring a little bit there. So that way you can connect with the slip stitch to the first chain 2. So there's a chain 1, there's chain 2, so we're going to just insert the hook right in the top of that chain 2 space. Okay. Okay, so for round 2, what we're going to do is we are going to do a chain 3 right here. So do 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do a double treble crochet. So well, rather than do yarn over 3 times, we're actually going to do tulle over 3 times. So wrap your tulle around the hook 3 times, then insert it into the same stitch right here. Do yarn over or tulle over, pull that through. You will now have 5 loops on your hook. So over, pull that through the first 2, then you'll have 4 loops. Pull that through the next 2, you'll have 3 loops. Pull that through those 2, and then one more time for the double treble crochet. Now that will be the only double treble crochet that we'll do for this entire project. So now we're going to do a treble crochet in the same stitch. So do it twice, wrap twice, insert it into the same stitch, and work a treble crochet. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's your treble crochet. So in the next stitch, we're going to work 1 double crochet and 1 half double crochet into the next stitch. So first, do a double crochet, and into the same stitch, we're going to do a half double crochet. Okay, so in the next stitch, we're also going to do 2 stitches, but those are going to be 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. So we're doing 2 half double crochets into this same stitch. And see, tulle can be a little bit tricky to work with in the yarn, so let me go ahead and unravel that again and try again. I'm going to do a half double crochet. So that was 2 half double crochets into the same stitch right here. So now what we want to do is we are going to, in the next stitch, we're going to work 1 double crochet and 1 treble crochet in the same stitch. So this stitch also has 2 stitches in it, a double and a treble crochet. Okay, so moving on to the next stitch, that is also going to have 2 stitches worked into it. That's going to be 2 treble crochets. So you want to wrap twice and then insert your hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, and work a treble crochet. And into the same stitch, we're going to do another treble crochet. So go ahead and wrap twice, insert it into the same stitch that you just did the treble in, and work a second treble crochet in that same stitch. Okay, so the next stitch is going to also have 2 treble crochets. So let's go ahead and wrap twice, insert it into the stitch, and do a treble crochet. And then wrap again, twice, insert it into the stitch. You'll do a second treble crochet into that same stitch. Okay, so actually now we have the 2 treble crochets, but this time we're going to do a 3rd stitch into the same one. We're going to work a double crochet into that stitch as well. So go ahead and wrap your tulle one time, insert it into the same stitch that we just did the 2 treble crochets in, and work a double crochet. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do a chain 1. And then into the next stitch, we're going to do a slip stitch right in that next stitch. And now you can see that our heart shape is starting to take shape here. We have the first half of the heart. So we're going to basically mirror exactly what we just did on this side to repeat this side. So now you're going to do a chain 1, and in this next stitch we're going to do 3 stitches. So the first stitch will be the double crochet, and then you're going to do 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. So wrap the yarn twice or tulle, insert it, and work your treble crochet. And then you're going to work another treble crochet into that same stitch. Okay, so just to go over that stitch again, that was 3 stitches into that same stitch right there. It was a double crochet and 2 treble crochets. Okay, so now we're going to work 2 treble crochets into this next stitch. 2 treble crochets into this stitch. Okay, so now the next stitch, you're going to work a treble crochet, and into the same stitch you're going to put in a double crochet. So that was 2 stitches into that one. It was a treble crochet and a double crochet. Now in the next stitch we're also going to work 2 stitches, but they will be 2 half double crochets. 1 2. Okay, so into the next stitch, we are going to work 2 stitches as well. However, this one was going to be a half double crochet, and then 1 double crochet into that same stitch. Okay, so now you can really see that heart shape. So what you want to do now is you want to join it with a slip stitch to that top chain 3 there. Actually, you can either put it in the top 3, but I actually like to put it right here in that double treble. So there we have our heart shape. So now, with the scrubbies, this is a little thin to work with. So we actually want to have 2, work a second heart, and then we're going to connect them together to make it a little thicker and easier to scrub the dishes with, because we need a little bit thicker to work with. So let's go ahead and create a second heart. I already created a second one, so I'm going to show you how to put these together. So what you want to do is the first one, I had cut the tail. Let me go ahead and pull this out. And I'm just going to say we just did that. That was the same place where I just inserted the loop into the first chain that we did, the chain 3. We did a slip stitch. This is the same spot as that right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a wrap around, and I'm going to pull that through to fasten off. Okay? And then this was the tail for the magic ring. So you just want to kind of tug that to close up the circle as small as you can. So now we want to weave in the tails here. So let's go ahead and I'm going to get one of these plastic crochet needles here. And it does fit through the eye of the crochet hook. It doesn't look like it's going to work, but it does. Just kind of twist it. That way you can get it through. And you might have to like twist it and then kind of fold it a little bit. And then kind of insert it right in that crochet needle head. And I know right now you're thinking, that's not going to work, but it actually will get through. You just have to work it through. Alright, there we go. See? Now, what you want to do is kind of weave that in. So let me go ahead and weave it through some of the stitches. Now, this is going to be the front, and this is going to be the back. Now, you can choose. I mean, if you just want to pick the side that looks prettiest to be on the outside. So if you want, you can use the other side. It's just a preference. So, as this is the side we were working on, so that was considered the right side, and this would be considered the wrong side. But if you want to use that as the front, that's fine. And actually, I'm going to put the right sides together, but you know, you can just feel the texture, whichever one you think is going to work better for you. Because it actually seems like the other side might be a little bit not as smooth as the front, so it might actually be more effective on the scrubbing. So let's go ahead and weave in the tails. It's a little tricky to get that through, but it does work. You just have to kind of work it in here. Okay, so now I'm going to take that other tail and kind of weave that in a little bit as well. I'm going to twist it so that I can get it through. There we go. That one went through easier this time. So I'm going to weave it here because this is going to be the back side for me. This is the side that you're not going to see. That's going to be on the inside. Sandwiched in between both hearts. And we're done. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie these two pieces a little bit, since I don't want it to come undone. Okay, so once you've tied it into a couple of knots and have it woven in and you're satisfied with it, go ahead and cut your little tails off there. But not, you don't want to cut it too close to the knot because you don't want it to unravel, so leave a little bit of room there. Like not next to it, in other words, a little bit of space, just like that. So now I have my second heart, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to fasten off, so I'm going to cut a tail. I'm going to cut the tail right here. And I'm going to do the same thing we just did here, weaving in the tail. So first I'm going to put my hook back in there, pull that through to fasten off, give it a little tug. And then the magic circle, just go ahead and close that up a little bit more. And then we're going to weave in these tails as well. And this is going to be my right side, and this is the wrong side, so that's where I'll weave it in and tie my knots. Since we're not going to see that, it'll be sandwiched in between both hearts. So I'm just going to weave it in a little bit here. Okay, now I'm going to take this one and also do the same thing. Okay. So I'm just going to weave it in until I get close to that one so I can knot them together. So kind of tie them so they don't get unraveled on me. I want to make sure that they stay together. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and tie a couple of knots here, 2 or 3. And this is going to be the wrong side. That's going to be sandwiched in between, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't look real pretty on this side. I just want it to stay together. So now I'm going to cut it again, but not right next to it. I'm going to leave a little bit of room there. And then I'm going to cut that right there as well. Alright, so now that we have our 2 hearts, we're going to put them together. And you can decide if you want to use the same color and have it all red, or you can decide if you want to maybe make the border with pink or white for the edging. So I'm going to go ahead and use the red. And if you want to see one with the different color edging, let me know and I'll do another tutorial with different color. Okay, so now I'm going to take the tool and I'm just going to make a slip knot. Insert my hook back into that slip knot and adjust it to the right size to make a loop on my hook. Okay, so now I'm going to take the 2 hearts and hold them together like this. Okay, and then you're just going to insert it. Let's start on the curve here. And you just take the back loop of this front one that you're looking at. You see how there's 2 front and back loops? So we're just going to insert it into the back loop right here. And then the one behind it, find the coordinating stitch and just insert it into that first loop that is closest to you. So if you were looking at this side, that's the front loop, so that would actually be the back loop as well. So we're not working the front loops, just the one loop. And then you'll take that and you'll do a slip stitch. So do tool over, wrap it, and insert, do a slip stitch right there. So then do the same thing. Find that back loop there, and the coordinating one behind it, just insert it in that back loop, leaving that front one there still, instead of working both loops, and just do a slip stitch to connect them right there. So we're going to do that in the next one as well, just the one loop. Okay, there we go. Could be a little tricky. Okay, so I'm leaving that front loop unworked on both sides. So technically these are both the back loops. If it was facing this way, you would see that that's the front and that's the back. So working in the back loops of both. Okay, we'll do a slip stitch. Then find the next one. There we go. And do a slip stitch right there. Okay, so now the next one. Find the back loop. The back loop of that next one. Okay. And then the back loops over here. Okay, so I forgot one step. So right here where it dips down, if I just did a slip stitch right there, it wouldn't retain its shape very well. So I'm just going to do, like, instead of just right underneath both those, I'm going to, like, actually go a little bit underneath both stitches that time. See, right there? It's like underneath that actual stitch. I'm going to go ahead and do a slip stitch. I want to retain that heart shape where it dips down. There we go. Okay. So then, back to working in the back loops only. There we go. Okay, that's the front one, there's the front loop, and those are the two back loops. And then work this slip stitches all the way around. And then this one, see, if we had done a slip stitch right there, then it wouldn't really look like a heart shape anymore. So that's why you want to kind of get underneath the stitch and do a slip stitch so you can keep that, you know, heart shape right there. Okay, so now working in the back loops again, find the next stitch. Make sure I didn't skip one. No. That's like that chain 3 space right there. Nope, that's one that counts. I gotta do that one too. Okay. It's a little tricky to work with the tool, but it's definitely gonna look really cute when it's done, so it's worth it. Okay, then the back loops of the next one. Okay, so that is really going to be so cute. Okay, the back loops of the next one. We're going to do that all the way around until we get to this point again, and I'll show you there'll be something different that we're going to do there. So we're just going to keep working slip stitches to connect the two hearts together until we get to that bottom point, because we want to do something a little bit different, because we want to retain that heart shape and make sure that stays like a point, it doesn't get rounded, because if you just do a slip stitch at that point, it's going to round out that edge and it will no longer look like a heart. Okay, so the next one's back loops only. So this would also look cute if you did like one side in red and you did the other heart in pink, and then, you know, you could combine them together and have, you know, a two-sided heart. Two different colors, in other words, reversible. That would be adorable too. Okay, so we're almost to that point. Okay, so this is that chain 3 space that we did, and then this is the double treble. So at the chain 3, we want to work, kind of find the back loop there. There we go. There we go. Do a slip stitch there. And then, where the double treble is, you're going to find the back loops. And then, you're going to do a slip stitch. And then you're going to do a single crochet into that same stitch where the double trebles are. And then you'll do a chain 1, and then do a single crochet. So a single crochet, a chain 1, and a single crochet to keep that pointed shape there. Okay, and then continue the same way we were doing that with the back loops. Sometimes if I try, it makes it easier to pick that loop up. Continue. I think I got both loops. Let me try that again. So that one, that's because that's that chain 3, so that can be a little tricky, so I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch into that. It'll look just fine. And then keep working around with the slip stitch. Okay, so we just have a few more, we're almost done. Okay, so I'm just picking up the back loop still, working all the way around till I get to this point. Okay, and then just one more slip stitch. Okay, so now we have the slip stitches all the way around, and this one was a slip stitch underneath that stitch to keep that curve there. And then we did a single crochet, a chain 1, and a single crochet where the point was where we did the double treble crochet of each heart. So now we're ready to go ahead and fasten off. So let's go ahead and cut a little tail here so we have enough to weave in. So now you're going to do the wrap that over your hook and pull it right through to fasten off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to weave our tails in. And that's where we did that first one, so we kind of want to try to press that in as we weave it. We can kind of stitch through it and into it so it won't bump out so much. Okay, so now we go ahead and insert that into. So let's see. Let's go ahead and weave in wherever you can get the needle to go. Alright, so we want to try to get that woven in there where you can't see it. And you don't want to weave through both because you want, both halves. You just want to kind of weave through the top one that you're working with. Okay. Okay, maybe go ahead and a couple more times. It'll be a little tricky to weave it in, but it's worth it because it's going to be really cute. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and cut that tail. And then I'm going to just take my crochet hook there and just tuck that in to hide that little piece inside. Okay, so now this is the part where we first did the slip stitch and it's sticking out a little bit, so you want to try to weave it or let me show you what I mean. So let's go ahead and put that through the eye of the plastic crochet needle. There we go. And then go ahead and weave it in, and then let's go ahead and weave it through. Okay, I'm going to come back out this way. And then you just kind of want to see where it sticks out. If it sticks out anywhere on the edge and you just want to try to flatten it out, you can just kind of stick the needle right through that stitch and then weave it in. Work it into somewhere wherever it'll let you. Like I said, it's a little trickier weaving in the tails on the tulle than it is yarn, but it's worth it. Okay, so now wiggle that a little bit. Sometimes that helps a lot. So that kind of helps flatten that bump. So if you're, sandwiching your two scrubbies together, and that works with the circle ones too. Sometimes they come out real perfect edges, and then if they don't, you can always just weave it right into that to flatten it out and make it look really good so it doesn't stick out. So now I'm going to weave it in just a few more times because I sure don't want it to unravel. And I love these scrubbies because, they're great to do your dishes with. And you can wash them in the washing machine. You can put them in the top shelf of your dishwasher. I know a lot of people do that. I personally wash mine in the washing machine. I don't actually run them through the dryer because there's no need to. They dry very, very quickly, so you don't really need to do that. So this little tail snuck out. So I'm going to cut that again there. And I'm going to cut this one. And then if it's sticking out a little bit, just take the back end of your crochet hook, tuck that back inside. And there you have a heart-shaped scrubby. I think it's really super cute and really a fun, this would be a great gift, you know, Valentine's Day. You could give everyone a little basket of scrubbies. I think it would be cute if you, you know, you could get, like, these are what I put my tool in when I am crocheting. I mean, with the tool when I crochet. It makes it easy because it just unwinds as I go. But wouldn't it be cute to make a little gift, like different colored hearts? You can make like several of them. You can make red or pink and then different colors and just have a little basket like that and give that as a gift. I think that'd be adorable. So I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial on how to make the heart-shaped scrubby today. If you did, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. And I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. And that way you'll know the next time I upload a video. And until then, happy crocheting!